Welcome back to the Dice Tower. I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia.
And I'm Camilla.
Not sure I'm saying welcome back. It might be your first time, in which case,
Hello.
welcome for the first time.
Oh my gosh.
We
Okay, so
welcome
we
you.
are a channel on YouTube that does videos of board games, and so we'll review them sometimes, or we'll tell you which ones are good and which ones are bad. Or we do this thing where it's like a top 10
Like, this is like the first time he's
great,
ever
yeah.
said any of this.
Right.
based on
This is
like
a
some
pitch for his
idea,
job.
right? It's like top 10 games you can play with like your cat.
Pass.
Oh,
I'm
wait,
out.
we have one of those today, though.
Mark Cuban's out. Oh, that's true.
We do.
Well, before we get started, because I have some apologies to make here, but
To
first
me?
let's say thank you.
To who?
Not yet.
No.
I have some thank yous to our Kickstarter backers. Want to say thanks to Micah McKenzie in Delaware,
Hello.
Yeah. Sorry,
To-
Delaware.
Suzanne Ungens aus Bayern,
Also sorry
to
to
Lord
you.
Stein of Vancouver, Washington,
Oh, Washington, sorry.
Teresa and Victor Reyes,
Where are they?
Manuel Siebert, Tracy Troutman,
Hey.
Brett Kelso,
We know Tracy.
John Lager.
What?
Well, there's no vowel between L and G. How am I supposed to do it?
It's pretty good, actually. Lager.
Charles Leonard and Melinda Humphreys.
All
Sorry.
right. Thank you.
Yeah, so. Also, we want to say thank you to our sponsor, Gamefound, and let's check out a project you can go and check out there now. Today, folks, we're taking a look at the story of many. This is an upcoming thing that's coming out in a few days here on Gamefound, a grand fantasy adventure game. Now, let's take a look at this, because what this is telling us is you're going to be able to play this solo or cooperative game in open world exploration, 56 regions, 200 rumors, narrative branching, 40 plus adventures, overworld experience, and narrative procedural content generation. I'm excited about the fact that it says there's fast dice combat with 180 different unique monsters, so that sounds fun. And you can create your own character. 10 classes, unlimited potential builds. This has a very Final Fantasy X type feel here with 405 different abilities. And then these cool legacy components, 28 armor, 72 weapons, 80 wondrous armor. And if you think, hey, that's not enough, guess what? There's going to be 3 different campaigns with over 400,000 words of choice-driven text and a 60-plus hour campaign. So I'm excited about this character customization and trying something different. Fast combat. You'll never play the same way, and you're just going to go fast and quickly. It says you can prep and save the game in under 15 minutes. So this is not yet on, launched yet on Gamefound, but it's coming out here in just under a week. So check it out from Haunted Mill Games. This is the story of many.
Story of many.
All right, here's my apology. So
yes.
essentially, well, no, this is...
I'm invested in this.
We do crowdsurfing every week on Wednesday,
We do.
except we had to do it 3 weeks ago
How dare you?
for 3 weeks. And there actually wasn't that much.
Right, correct. And then suddenly everybody decides,
Everybody.
oh, well, these guys aren't available because they're traveling to more conventions. We'll launch everything. Is that the apology?
And-
Is that what it is?
But also, we didn't have crowdsurfing yesterday
Yeah.
because of tornado hurricane stuff.
Correct.
So the first 5 projects are already ended.
Well, I think the best part is like 3 of them ended at like 1 p.m. our time. So
Yes.
ended like within an hour.
I was
ago.
getting this together. I was like, oh, this one ends in 6 minutes. Oh, well. And actually, there's a project that ends in an hour. One
Hey.
that ends in 2 hours. I don't understand this, actually. Why are projects ending on Thursdays?
Because you can choose your end date.
Yeah, but why are they picking Thursday? You pick Friday, it's a payday.
I don't know.
We always end on a Friday.
Maybe they want Friday off.
Yeah, I get that, actually. But people get paid and they're like, I got extra money. I don't know.
You can late pledge for these things.
Yes.
Generally speaking, you can late pledge for them.
Yes.
You can, which is why we're still showing
So
them.
it's fine. If you really are psyched about one of these, just go in there and late pledge for it, okay?
Did we not cover that one last week?
What Garfield games one?
Oh,
Which one
yeah.
is
You
it?
Hang
can't you can't late pledge for that.
It wasn't in my email. I don't know if I have anything to say on it.
What's it called? Oh, I got it. Found it.
Skara Brae, Skara Brae.
All right, so we missed the Garfield one. We'll start with that one.
Fine.
Okay.
Oh, this is going to be great because 100% This would have been Mike's pick of the week.
Yes. Oh,
you
that's
just
the
wrecked
best.
him. You wrecked him. You were going to owe him another apology.
You ruined his week.
jeez.
Faux show.
See, that's why I never apologize for anything, because once you start, you can't stop. You realize you have to issue an apology for something else.
All right, this is from Shem Phillips and Bobby Hill. Bobby Hill is a designer who in the past has worked with Alan Moon, but he has found a new partner now. Is it a different Bobby Hill?
There's 2 Bobby Hills in the world?
Wait, I'm getting confused. Is this the Bobby Hill from...
With a name like Bobby Hill.
Is one of them Australian? Okay, New Zealand. I apologize.
All right, well, you know
Dang
what?
it, there I go.
Let's just talk about this game that
Listen,
none of us
I'm
have looked
sorry.
at to this point in time.
Mom,
except
I'm
Chris.
sorry for that one time I told you I definitely didn't touch the plates, Mom. And I did touch them. Oh,
So we have 2 games, Skara, Brae, and the Anarchy.
I don't know.
Also, by the way, you can be guaranteed these games will deliver on time, for sure.
Bobby Hill is all about delivering on time.
Anyway,
wrong with
Skara, Brae.
Are these solo or multiplayer?
This is Skara Brae is a resource management with a fresh twist. Has a wide variety of strategies to discover. Great pacing and natural escalation as each game unfolds. That tells me nothing so far about the game. The Anarchy takes everything that was great about Hadrian's Wall
There
and
we
ramps it
go.
up another level.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh.
I needed Hadrian's Wall to be more
A
complicated.
20-chapter solo campaign.
Booyaka.
Good night.
And then Stella and Tarrant, who we now know is real.
Yes.
We did meet him. He is real.
I felt his
Yes.
pulse to
Well,
see.
that's creepy, but
Don't care. I grabbed his arm. I was like, "You're real." He was
wow.
What? You
wow.
owe somebody
You
an
should
apology.
apologize, yeah.
More apologies.
From the top.
Terrence,
This is for
we're
you.
sorry Tom grabbed you.
On his behalf.
Anyway, so this. I'm so lost here. I don't even know which game I'm looking at any given point. Like, I think this is Skara Brae or Anarchy. This looks like Anarchy.
They look very similar.
If this is Anarchy, then Anarchy looks tremendously like Hadrian's Wall. Another hefty roll and write, considering how popular Hadrian's Wall is. It even made Joey Evans' top 10 games of all time.
Even though there's a
still
whole
confused
mechanism that he ignores. That's fascinating to me.
about. I also ignored that one, too.
Okay, well, you're
Well,
both
there's lots of
fascinating.
information here. It's a Garfield game. 2 of them together. Now, is this the first time they've ever done 2 together like this? I don't remember them doing 2 together before.
That's interesting.
And you can
Okay.
custom
'cause
build your pledge.
I see you.
You can get one or the other. Or hear this out.
Oh. Do you get a
Just
discount?
custom build your pledge. Come on, man. You can always custom build your pledge.
This is interesting, though. If you keep going there, that it has the I'm pointing with a pencil. Sorry. If you keep going, it says a folded space insert. Have they done that before, where it comes? Because I know they're known to like not fit back in the box
Well, here's
very
the
well.
thing. You can get the folded space insert for one,
Yeah.
or you can get the folded space insert for the other.
Can I get it with the game?
Yeah.
Oh,
With the
okay,
game.
okay.
Or for both.
Oh.
Also, no pledge badger. Whoops. Thanks a lot, Chris.
That one's on Chris. You do not get an apology for this. You do not get an apology. No.
Oh, no.
They are judging your background on your desktop here, so you know. Would you like to apologize?
It looks like a curtain being pulled.
Well, you know what? The icons are messed up because they're on 2 screens.
Mm-hmm.
I use a second monitor all the time. Anyway, so you can't get this now. You're just going to have to wait till it comes out in stores. Sorry. Let's move on. Anyway, we're starting the episode over. I'm thinking of Bobby West. Bobby Hill, I'm thinking, is the cartoon character who doesn't want you to take his purse.
What?
That's my purse.
Okay.
All right, so this is another project that has ended, and this is Stack of Cats.
Okay, am I missing something? This is a $400,000 project.
I saw, but here's the thing. This happened multiple times this week where I would look at a game. I'm like, oh, cute. Okay, sure. And then I'd look at the amount, and it's like $350,000, $400,000.
I don't get it.
A lot of things are making a lot of money, or made, I guess, a lot of money right now. I'm not sure what I was missing.
I don't
Okay, so
understand.
this is
And it's
straight
like
up a ripoff of Animal Upon Animal.
So I don't understand that.
Cat upon cat.
It has to be the cats. I don't get cat people.
What are the odds, right? How long will this dude wait to put out Stack O Dogs?
Well, if we made 400,000, I mean,
Maybe.
A week? Don't sleep on this.
the development of this is crazy low, right?
I'm guessing you buy cats, wooden cats or whatever, and then you stick them in a box and send them out. It's the same game.
Well, what else has she done here? I feel like I already looked at this because I was kind of mind blown.
What's this here?
The Lore Weaver GM screen, Dice Vault and Dice Set, and she's done Stack of Cats before.
Oh, snap.
Did it fail? Did it do well?
No, it was, what is that,
super
300
fun.
or 3,000?
Well, you know what? Whatever it is, congrats to I don't know how to pronounce her name. Megan Elizabeth Dean
No, it definitely
Bain.
was like Megan.
Well, either way, congratulations. I'm just kind of mind blown.
7,000 backers.
Like you said, and it's a rip. I mean, maybe it is animal upon animal people that play that game and like that game. They're like, oh, but it's with cats.
Maybe.
I get it.
Now, this
has
has
the
more
more likely
legs and
thing.
tails and stuff, so there's more ways for you to hook them.
Yeah,
But
I
it's
agree.
it's a
It's like Barrel
variation
Monkeys
of the game.
meet Animal Upon Animal, right? Because of the hooked things,
Yeah.
a lot of things will catch on.
Yeah, it is.
It's cute. I didn't
It is.
back it because I was like, well, it's just. I'm assuming this will be available in retail later on.
Oh, yeah, 400,000. I'm
How much
sure.
are they selling it for? 31.
Can you get animal upon animal in like Target and stuff? Because I guarantee this would fly off the shelves at Target.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah, this feels like an opportunistic project. Like,
All right, well,
hold on.
I don't want to keep.
They might
they're
not be
doing well.
aware at all. They
Congratulations,
might not be
you know?
aware at all of Animal Upon Animal, but
It's just hard to
Somebody
figure out
would
what
have
hits
made
the
them aware.
zeitgeist.
I feel like in your research you would have come upon it.
I suppose.
They had this all over Facebook. Maybe they did a lot of targeting ads. So.
Okay.
Speaking of Facebook, this project, for me at least, I got so many ads for this one where they
Really?
stuck Wingspan and some other game in the oven, and then this game came out.
Oh,
Wait,
that's
what?
this game.
Wait, what is
Okay,
it?
I saw those ads.
You saw the
yeah.
You probably stopped as soon as you saw him put a Wingspan in the oven. I just kept scrolling.
It was like they
Oh, I
were
didn't
doing
see
their
this.
advertising was a lot of like them taking Wingspan. What was the other game?
I don't remember the other game was.
They were taking two games, putting them in an oven, doing a quick cut, and then opening it and pulling this game out of the oven.
You guys get weird ads. I just get like funny otter videos.
You don't get ads on Facebook?
Not of board games. No, it's like mostly
How's that
otters.
weird? I'd rather get board game ads
Where's
than
your
some
phone?
of the-
Hold it out.
No.
Board game.
No.
Board guys,
Board
Kickstarter,
games.
Kickstarter.
No, keep it out.
Anyway, so this Pantheon, which looks pretty cool. It's his first.
Wingspan and Small World.
That's right. It was Wingspan and
interesting.
Small World, which I thought is an odd
Okay.
thing because Small World is already kind of in the past. So a lot of people seeing that ad are going to go, I don't know what that is.
But I think
Yeah.
it's the knowledge. I mean, a lot of people, it is mass market people that don't, not hobby gamist, know Small World. And so I think that it's about reaching that market.
What market?
Just people like non-hobby gamers.
No, non-hobby gamers don't know Small World. It's not in the stores anymore.
I know, I don't know if it's in the stores, I don't know, but I know like before I was working here, I knew multiple people, being two.
Did well. They did well enough to
Two
get out
separate,
there.
that's what I'm
saying,
saying. I know two people that were not hobby gamers, both of which played in like
Sure,
Small
but
World.
Wingspan has had a much bigger reach.
Oh, for sure. But I think it has a longer reach, like, you know, people that haven't made it in the hobby.
I think at the end of the day, if you're doing that kind of advertising, it's like this thing and this had a
Yeah.
baby. Just pick the two most famous things. Who cares if it's actually like Wingspan and Small World?
Right.
The
Come
thing is,
on.
I'm not even sure what that means.
It
Like, I'm-
means, hey, buy our game because you'll recognize these other games.
Yeah, it's just game. Yeah, it's just recognition and clicking. It's getting them to this project.
Yeah.
I think
I
the
don't know. It
gameplay.
looked-
running Demigods sounds fun.
The game
this-
looks mega boring.
Oh, really? I thought it was. I think this is by far my least favorite video of the entire week. I hated
What did
it.
you not like about it?
Oh, the voice narration, like it was so dramatic, and it's like
Yeah.
it was just over the top,
Yes.
ridiculous. It just really made me want.
I don't like this objective
pencil in
stuff.
my
I
eye.
don't want to have to do a mega objective to put certain spots in there. That doesn't really appeal to me.
I thought it was
As you're
interesting.
building the lands, I do
because
like
you're
the building the
competing-
gods.
It gives
That's
you
cool,
you
yeah.
a reason to go for that area control in different areas, you know, and then once it's built, you kind of move on to a different one, and so it helps you like prioritize. So I thought it was really interesting, like you said, building the gods, giving those special powers. So you each start with the same 3 powers, but then you're building
Yeah.
your other options, and so you're really building the options you have. And I thought that I don't know, I thought it sounded really interesting.
I just think the more like the game kept doing this flip-flopping between like, oh my gosh, it's horrendously abstract, even though they're like really pushing theme. And then they would go and show you like cards with powers and amazing artwork, and I'm like, oh, cool. And they cut back to the board where I'm putting tiddlywinks in a grid pattern trying to get blue, blue, red, yellow. And I'm like, oh, shoot me. I hate that stuff. It's so, especially in a big game like this, because this seems epic, but I'm doing this lame pattern building that somebody can mess me over with.
But I feel like
If I'm doing my own, I'm good. If you're messing with me, no.
that's really interesting because usually you're a bigger fan of area control than I am. But this one, it didn't bother me, and I think it's because you had so many different options. It's like, hey, these are the 16 or however many. This is your perfect ideal, and you're kind of gauging, oh, cool, we're both going for the green forest over there. I'll jump on that, or we're
It didn't
not.
feel like area control. It felt like pattern building,
Maybe it is, and I also like pattern building, I guess. Maybe that's it. But no, I thought this one looked really good. I think the video just killed it because it did try to give that epic experience.
If you have 3 green,
I think this
you
is
can turn them into a red.
This is a
Right,
first-time
I'm like,
designer,
woof.
and I'm a little concerned about that. The cards, the graphic design definitely feels like a first-time
Yeah.
look. His timeline also feels particularly optimistic. Campaign ends October. You visit the manufacturer. Manufacturer begins this December. Shipping in March. What? Maybe.
Yeah, not with the
I don't
Chinese
know.
New Year and
Yeah,
everything
the Lunar
else.
New Year's
That's
coming,
not
baby.
happening.
Yeah, that's fast.
We'll see.
No way.
Right. Anyway, I'm interested in it.
Insectarium. More insects. Whoops.
You
Maybe
got
I
to
should-
reload.
Let's
You never
refresh the
played
page.
you never played Dinosaur Exhibit, did you? The little kids. It was a kind of roll and write game.
No.
Oh, okay, same designer. She also
Oh.
did Sharks, but
Well, this
Yeah.
one, I zoom in. It looks.
yeah, you did.
I really like. I did zoom in. I really like how they look. I like the little insect cards. It looks very similar almost to the Darwin's.
But a much
Yeah, it looks like a
simpler.
light version of that, doesn't it? Because
Yeah.
you're putting out the ad. They're supposed to be pinned insects, and then columns and rows, the little tokens, trying to score for like, I'm scoring red in this column, or I'm scoring butterflies in this column. It's very clean. Like I look at that game, I looked at the video, and I'm like, okay, I think I have like a 90% understanding of this game already. Never seen a rule book. Saw your video for a minute. That's great. That's incredibly approachable. It's a theme that could be educational. It's very approachable. Probably not too many people that would find it problematic of a theme. I suppose some people might dislike the whole pinning
the animals,
bugs thing. But yeah, 9, 3x3. You take that many turns. That seems really cool.
Yeah.
I
No,
like
I thought
the
this was elegant in its simplicity is what I hope for.
Yeah.
And that's what I thought of Dinosaur Exhibit, which was a
Kristen
kid's
Mott.
game. Yeah, this is now not a kid's game. It's, broader appeal, I think is what she's going for, and this is design. But no, I thought this one looked really good. Very
Interesting.
Again, simple, elegant.
Yeah.
Maybe
Very
filler,
clean.
maybe very light weeknight games, which I know is kind of one of my buzzwords right now. I'm definitely
Yeah, you
looking for
gotta
those.
chill with the buzzwords,
Nah,
okay?
Nah, I'm all about them buzzwords. I love the weeknight games. I'm tired
The
after
what?
work. What?
What you call it?
Weeknight games.
Buzz.
Oh, it's
Word.
Snow Bright Studios. Okay. I was trying to figure
They
out.
made Time Tales. They made Harvest Hoppers.
Yeah, they have a whole booth. They were the ones who took over the second floor of the Hyatt at Gen Con. Remember?
No.
Okay. Also, our last project that you can't get. No, you can still back this one. This is March of the Ants, the Ultimate Ant Civilization game. This is from Tim Eisner.
I like the
Congratulations that funded. This is a reprint, I believe, of his very first game. I was actually not a big fan of March of the Ants back in the day.
It's also, it says reworked a little bit.
So I'm
Right.
definitely
It's like an
interested.
evolved edition, right? Yeah.
Because I've liked his recent stuff. I just played Canopy Evergreen.
Yeah.
And I saw this, and I really, I don't care about the pinning bugs, but I love this whole switch out the body parts of your ant.
That looks so cool. It looks really
Well,
good,
it's like
doesn't it?
the way it's described, it's like a 4X.
Yeah.
This big epic game, about 90 minutes though, not too long. They're saying, and then but it's about an ant colony.
Yeah.
That's such a cool theme. I love the spread of the map. You're building out the region. You are building out your special abilities. It seems really interesting, very captivating, pretty heavy, apparently, like way thinkier than I expected it to be.
And it feels like maybe he's grown with some of his later designs,
Sure.
and maybe we see that coming into it, because I can definitely see the roots of like Wonderland's War in this with the area when they come to the fighting. You know, the resolution sounds similar to that. And, you know, a couple other of the games, Tidal Blades as well. I can see some of that in there. So it's just, I think it's really interesting if he took that initial design and has now kind of reworked it. And I'm such a fan of these themes where it's not just another nature game. It's a nature game, but a very kind of microcosm, you know, of it. You know, it's an ant colony specifically.
Very cool.
So I'm a huge fan of that also.
Yeah, like I said, did not like the first one, but this is one where I'll come back and try it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks good.
All right, before we jump to other stuff, we have a word from Mr. Mark.
Streed?
This spotlight is brought to you by Deliverance, Council of the Fallen. Command legendary angels against demonic foes in this epic fantasy dungeon crawler. The angelic warfare board game returns. Deliverance, Council of the Fallen picks up right after the events of the base game. The little town of Fallbrook, once haven of demons and threshold of apocalypse, is doomed. Cataclysmic earthquakes have shaken the town to its very foundations. Despite the first victory of the angelic hosts over the darkness, a sinkhole in the wilderness just beyond the edge of town has revealed a castle as old as time and uncovered a new threat. Demons sworn to a secret rebellious sect, the Council of the Fallen. Now, a saint has returned to Fallbrook, guided by heavenly visions. This one is all that stands between Fallbrook and its annihilation. Working alone and facing insurmountable opposition against forces, both spiritual and mortal, he has few bulwarks against failure, except you, his guardian angels. Deliverance is a cooperative tactical adventure board game about angels, demons, and the saints caught between. Take on the role of elite angelic warriors and discover the mystery of the Council of the Fallen. Armed with your weapons, courage, and your God-given angelic powers, you and your faithful allies must overcome legions of demons to slay their leader. But be watchful, for the darkness of the mortal world seems to be spreading into the spiritual realm. Deliverance has a rich theme, integrally woven into the gameplay, and offers a story-driven campaign, scenarios, and a highly replayable skirmish mode. For more information, please check out the campaign, which is now live on Kickstarter.
Okay, I lied. There's another project that also is finished already.
Whoopsie!
Trust me, it's called. All right,
How appropriate.
So this is a weird project because it looks really cool, and I'm slightly interested in it, and then I see the company that made it, and I'm not interested at all anymore.
Really?
Even
They've done
hearing?
some...
I'm sorry, even hearing the rules, like not just visually you're interested, you mean like gameplay interested?
I'm not. They have failed me so many times.
They've done...
They did the Soda Pop collection,
Yeah,
You
which
hated
was...
that.
of which the best one was fine.
Yeah.
They did that. Was it Matchboxes or
They
what?
did the... What was the other one? It was
other little collection.
fridge. And there was another one that needed rules reworkings for basically all
By the
the
way,
games.
did they change their name? Is it that it says Gonzalo Acquire? I mean, why does it not say Thundergriff?
Well, it does say 12 created, just looking.
I don't know.
Does it have the other game?
Yeah,
Oh, it
it'll
does.
show 'em there.
Okay.
I haven't played Etherstone, so
Weird.
I don't know. Tang Gardens is overproduced. I did like Darwin's
We
Journey.
did like Darwin's Journey. Oh, The Spirit of the Forest. Didn't,
Matchbox Collection, terrible.
What about Awari?
Iwari's good.
I
It's a
didn't
good
play it, you did.
reworking of
Okay.
China, whatever, you know.
What?
And
A game called
Dead Man's
China.
Doubloons was okay at best.
Overseers was ages ago.
And then the Soda
they're
Pop
okay.
collection.
I like their look of their games. I like what they do, graphic design and sort of the look of it. The interesting thing here is that this is a bluffing game. Seems like a very simple bluffing game. And they're choosing to say, pay whatever you want for
That's
this.
so crazy to me.
We have seen that a couple times now, right? It's like
Yeah, it's pretty rare
It
still.
is
And this
very
is
rare.
Like, this is a properly produced little card
Yeah.
game. Their production quality, I think, is good.
I got to say, I didn't even notice that. I backed it at the 30 euros,
Which
is what
is
you can,
how you get other stuff, right? But if you
Oh.
get just the base game, they're basically saying it's a pay whatever you want,
Right.
starting at €1.
I mean, it's mostly just cards, so maybe
idea.
they do have some flexibility with the income.
I think the way they pat that out is
point.
if you back for at least €5, then you get a cool coin. If you back for at least 10, you get a bookmark.
So it's almost
something.
more like a fundraiser.
Also,
like a
shipping
Kickstarter
is
or something.
$90.
This one just didn't seem to be bringing anything new to the table.
Yeah.
It seemed like here are these cards. Yep, I matched the number, and if no one calls you on it, then you get it. But if you turn it over and you did, you get both. If you lied and you got away with it, you get. I mean, it's just nothing new.
It feels like those classic card games
Like
where you go
anything.
like a 9.
Yeah.
Nobody calls you know
no,
what I mean?
cool,
And
I
then you're
got
like,
it.
yeah, it's sort of.
Right.
It seems real traditional card game,
I just
with
played
artwork.
a game.
Visually, it's pretty though.
What game did I play by these exact
Hats?
designers?
Oh, from the designers? Who are the designers?
It's not Paolo Mori.
Mori?
Oh.
No. It's
Hello, my name is Paolo Mori. He's the best. Top 3 designers.
Mike here says it delivers in December. Is that right too? So it's also already. If it's delivering in December, it is produced. It is printed and in their warehouse.
That's
Look it up.
true.
Trust me.
Paolo Voto. Oh, he's the artist.
Okay.
Okay, who's the designer?
The designer is, I have no idea who. Martino.
What did he do?
Deckscape?
Deckscape upon Deckscape
Okay.
upon Deckscape.
Also, that's a cool outfit.
Oh, it was also at Essen? He's done other things too. Says Mike. It was.
It looks like he's done
That's
only
strange.
Deckscape.
Well, I don't know. This game's called Trust Me. Mike could be lying to you
That
right
is very
now.
true. I do feel
All right.
betrayed.
Interesting.
Let's jump over now and see DinoGenics' new arrival. So DinoGenics is going strong, and it's starting to make me think they won the battle against Dinosaur World. Because I don't see people playing Dinosaur World, and DinoGenics uses Kickstarter to keep being relevant.
Yeah.
This is the Park Manager Edition. It keeps getting bigger, too. Although, I mean, this is basically the board here.
It's also a reprint of the. I mean, they're using it to reprint the base game, right?
Mm-hmm.
New dinosaurs. I wonder how the new dinosaurs work.
Dunklosaurus.
I wonder how the new dinosaurs work in that they don't dilute the decks, because when you play this game, you need to get a certain number of cards of that dinosaur to be able to build it, if you remember. So you can't dilute the deck too much, or else you're scrounging to find the dinosaurs you want.
I do remember you. I liked the game. You really liked it, right?
No, I liked it. I don't really like it.
You
I
like it. You're like, I like it.
I like it. So,
Trust me.
no,
I like it.
The more I played it, the more I worry that getting hotel rooms is such an obvious, important thing that you have to do, and I don't like games that have something like that.
Oh.
That always
okay.
bugs me because they give
Every
you more
time.
workers, and
Hit the mic.
why would you not?
This has
Okay.
definitely been on my want to play for years.
Oh,
I
you've
just
never played
haven't-
it?
I have not played it. I have always been intrigued by this one. I
Well,
just haven't.
insider tip: when you do play hotels,
Right, yes,
is the way
that's
to
what
go.
I've learned. But I think for me, I've always been kind of intimidated by the graphic design on the card. They just look so convoluted.
it
Heavy.
looks like a trading card
It
game,
does.
doesn't it? Yeah.
It does. It looks like a trading card game that's like.
They're not though. So see, this if you take these cards, there's some points or how much room they take at the bottom, and then there's a special ability. But this sell and buy is how much they sell and buy for, and then you need a certain number of them. This number in the top corner, that's how many you need of that card to be able to put that dinosaur on your board.
I mean, it seems like all the information is relevant then, but I feel like it's.
You're like, you won't even look after a while. You won't even look at it, because there's also well, at least in the base game, there's only like 7 or 8 different dinosaurs.
Okay. And they all have the same power?
No, they're all a little bit. Oh yeah, each
So
of the
you
same
have
kind
to-
of dinosaur.
Okay,
but
got
you're
it.
like, I'm a T-Rex. You draw one that's not a T-Rex. You're like, nah, I'm looking for another T-Rex.
Oh, I see.
All right, Heroes of Barcadia, Heroes for Hire. So me and my kids reviewed this game, and we said it was okay at best, but you know what? It doesn't matter, because the idea is so funny, people aren't going to care.
Yeah.
This is a dungeon crawl where your cup is your character, and you drink your health away.
You get to choose.
You're the liquid of
liquid,
choice.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sure, so we played with Mio, and we just used our colors to match our characters.
Uh-huh.
And I'll tell you, you fill it back up if you get health. By the end of the game, I was like, I'm not thirsty at all. And I was like, I'm
good
tired
for-
of drinking.
I guess it's good to hydrate if you do it with water.
Right.
It's good
If
to
you do this
hydrate.
with beer, you're getting drunk.
What about like
What if you use rum?
vodka, straight up vodka,
Well,
and you just like put a drop of coloring in it to
Hey.
represent your life?
You'll be drunk way before the end of the game.
Yeah. Like, oh, I took 2 hits. Call the paramedics.
But I'll tell you what the game is you move along, you flip over a tile, you roll a 20-sided die to see if you beat it. And if you don't, you can find equipment and stuff, but it is so random. This is lighter than Munchkin.
But I mean, that's the purpose, is to drink, right?
I agree. I was hoping the game would be better. The game is also waterproof in case you spill your drink over the table, which I'm sure you'll never do.
I feel like it also has to be light, because if you are using something other than Mio and water, then you need to be able to hold on to the rules and keep playing the game.
That's actually one of my.
Have to, like, bring
that's
it down.
one of those like pet peeves of mine is when they do these like drinking games and the game is too complex. I'm like, you're missing the point.
Right.
If it's supposed to be like a dumb facilitator to drink, which I think in and of itself is pretty dumb anyway, then you can't make it that complicated. You know what I mean? It needs to be about like checkers with shot glasses level.
And I think
that's about it.
Right. And I think you also want that randomness, because that's going to come, the big moments where everyone's holding it. I mean, this is like getting that, nat 20 in our RPG.
This game is not a good game, though, okay? I know they're
But
defending it
also I
by
wanna
like,
play
hey,
it
it should be simple. It's
No, I haven't played. I'm just saying I'm glad
Yeah.
the symbol is not the hit. If a game sucks, that's a hit.
Right.
To be fair, I've seen
it's
this
literally
game.
flip a card, roll a 20-sided die. Did you win? Yes. Great. You can keep going. Did you lose? No. Drink and go back.
That seems dumb.
Oh, so it's like Diamond or Diamant, whatever it's called. But
Don't you slur the
To
name
be
of
fair,
Diamant
when I played
in this
Diamant, I played Diamant as a drinking game. Okay? You're holding the cup. If you want to leave the cave, you put the cup down. If you want to go in, you drink.
why? Yes, that's okay.
Done.
I'm
Mike
good.
says he's going to
I'll
play
back
this
it.
with glasses full of gravy.
I love that video where they're like just dunking
is
things in a water
fantastic.
bowl.
Chip Theory needs to hire that guy right there. It's amazing.
All right. DC deck building game, Arkham Asylum. I don't know a lot about DC anymore, but I do know that Harley Quinn is a character in it because
Yes.
she's in everything.
Everything.
She is currently the
correct.
poster child.
Okay, so I'll catch you up on the last few here. They've sort of moved from. They've moved on to a new designer that's kind of taken over. I'm sorry, I don't remember the name of this new designer.
So not Mad Hire.
Right. So, and then the last few have been pretty different. They're still the same core ideas, but they've done a few different things. So, Injustice was like 3 ago. It shook the game up, in my opinion, too much. It was too different. There were too many things that were just different. Didn't mix well with others.
Good guys
all
were
that
bad
jazz.
guys.
Yeah, all of that, but not even that. There's like a dial with abilities and like trackers, and like it was really different.
Oh, wow.
Then the next one was Justice League Dark. And that one was like a return to form. It sort of simplified some things. It had a really good way to call your deck and keep it thin. Really great stuff. I reviewed that one. And then this one has a couple of ideas that seem interesting, and one of them being you can bribe cards in the center line with bribe tokens. Without buying that card, you get to trigger the ability from the center line.
Oh, well, they're just copying.
Barcadia. I don't know what they're
No,
called.
the one from who makes Ascension. Stoneblade's game that they made, which is
the other one, the little white box one?
yeah,
Shards of Infinity.
Shards of Infinity. That had that same ability.
Okay.
You could use a card without having to buy it and put in your deck, but then you don't get to keep it.
Okay, well, this one does that. You can bribe things.
I like that ability a lot in these games because it makes it more dynamic.
It seems like there's a couple of new things, yeah. And again, people who are into this game are into this game. I think at this point you can definitely stop getting them. But this one seems neat, and of course it's going to sell based on Harley Quinn and Joker and the Rogues Gallery, the whole Arkham Rogues
I do like
Gallery
that box
thing.
there.
That box looks sweet.
That's cool. That's cool.
All right.
I did like Justice League Dark. I thought it was a good one.
All right, Story of Many. We saw this one earlier today. Camilla has played this, so tell us a bit about it.
Yeah, I played this at Essen. So this is really a D&D campaign, a GM-less D&D campaign. And it's in line of a lot of these kind of epic quests where there's 2 parts to it. So you have the world where you can choose to go different places and have different encounters. But then some of those encounters might lead to like deep diving into something. So you make it to the city and you want to actually go into this abandoned city. And so at that point, it switches over to kind of the 7th continent feel, where you get a card. That card is going to show you the landscape you're currently in, and there might be clues on it, what's going on. You read a little blurb, you decide to investigate a hut further, or maybe you're just going to walk north and ignore it. Or maybe you'll see some little footprints off on the side, and you're like, wait, there's footprints. Let's see where this goes. So kind of 7th continent vibe. But then those encounters are going to be, again, choices that you're making, kind of choose your own adventure, which might lead to conflict or combat. And in those, it's just you put the board away, you bring out your little combat board, you do it real quick. That was a little bit reminiscent of what was the one we recently did? Is it Primal, where there's just the circle in the middle with the 4 different areas? Yeah. And so, I mean, it was a very simple combat like that. I thought it was very streamlined, short, and then it gets you right back into the story as you're making these choices.
Well, that's actually a big difference. You were talking about Alien Trespass earlier. Alien Trespass, the combat is like an hour plus.
Right. I was saying it kind of reminded me of Alien Trespass Odyssey in how epic it is and how big it is. It is a lifestyle. You are playing this for a year, 2 years. You know, you really are. Because as you're going, you're also learning about different rumors and treasures. So you're putting stickers on your map in order. Yes, I know. Stickers.
I do declare.
So no.
Where are my pearls? I was clutch them.
So when you kind of zoom out, if you will, back into your big world and you're going through stuff, you're like, hey, while we stop in this town, let's investigate this rumor, this treasure chest. And so it's a very personal experience that you're playing. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. My one concern, I expressed this to them, is it's very icon heavy, and that's kind of where it reminded me of Alien Trespass Odyssey as well. Is if you know the game, it's great. I mean, it went so smooth playing with them, but they know the game inside and out.
Of course.
You know, but I talked to them a little bit about that, and they said, of course, there's going to be player aids and that kind of stuff. So yeah,
it has an awesome
this
look. I love the look here, and it sounds incredibly epic.
This 120% made me want to have a play group for this game. Playing it, I really enjoyed it, but she didn't
even entertain the fact that we could do it. She's like, I'm looking for a play group.
I'm looking for a play group. You know, Camilla@dicetower.com. Reach out. I'm accepting applications.
Mistake has just been made. You're gonna regret that one.
Oops. She meant Joey at dicetower.com.
All right. LUDOS, the Ancient Games Collection Africa. Now, we've got one of these in, and I was so impressed with the packaging of this, even though I haven't opened it yet.
Chris and I looked at it. It's a square that has like a drawer in each of the corners. So 4 little games, and it's an Asian collection. They look cute. I mean, yeah, it's very pretty packaging. It's sort of a little, form over function a little bit, but
sure,
it's cute, it's attractive, and then the little games are actually in a much smaller square in the corner, and they're well produced. That's the thing, they look really well put together. They're flashy.
Yeah, so it looks cool. So if you like that, I'm curious, many people buy this as a novelty over I really want to play these 4 games.
Sure.
Right. Yeah.
Because that's where I would be. I'm not opposed to it. Like, oh, I try this, but I don't think I'm sitting here going, these are going to be 4 great games.
Right.
No, they all look very abstract. And
they are all going to be abstract, yeah.
Historically based.
All right, Frank West is back with Emberleaf. So he's done with cats.
One of my favorite videos of the week, by the way. He's just so happy.
He is bouncy. He was very happy.
And he's
fantastic.
on to mice. So this is a very different game than the other ones that he has done.
This is a card dancing game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was... What?
I have a feeling that he's trying to make card dancing a thing.
I think so.
Well, obviously.
I think he should.
What is card dancing?
Card dancing is the card slide over.
Mm-hmm. And so you can either play a new one,
or
they can dance and slide.
You slide to the left.
And
slide to the left. Right. Everybody play a card.
You clapped 1, 2 times already.
Hey, no, it actually keeps going. No. You stopped about halfway.
No, that's the second time through. Anyway.
Oh, wow. You guys know the song way too well.
Everybody
You've been to too many church
hands.
dances.
2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3.
No, what? No. That
Chris?
was too long.
Judges?
Chris is hiding over there.
Let's move on.
Anyway, so you dance your cards. By the way, this is a very thin. Why is this project so thin? Maybe it's this picture. This picture is like maybe claustrophobic.
Yeah, the angle it feels a little cramped.
Yeah.
I will say it reminds me a little bit of Ancient Knowledge.
Okay.
With a board.
Yeah.
The cards, you play the cards. When they slide, they do a thing. When they fall off the edge, they do a thing sometimes.
Right. Yeah, I could see
so
that.
it's very Ancient Knowledge.
It just seems like
expansion for that.
Yes. No. Well, the Dice Tower did.
I haven't seen it yet. Maybe it's in the boxes that are being delivered today.
Maybe.
Oh, possibly, yeah. Yeah, 'cause it was Sunday we got it, so it would have been.
Got it.
Hasn't that been out? Anyway.
The expansion?
No.
No?
No.
No. Anyway,
but back to
this looks
Emberleaf.
neat. I like the look. I like the idea of a bunch of cards with abilities.
It does seem like it's going to be a little bit of, I don't think programming is the right word, but you really have to be aware of your cards and make sure that they're going to dance in the right order.
Right.
You know, because you want to place it the right way so they trigger off each other in combo, which I hope that's not going to muddy up the gameplay.
I hope it's easy enough to do where I feel clever, but my brain isn't actually working that hard.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Because it
looks
cute.
neat.
Great art. I love the art.
I don't really the world and the whatever is okay. I'm not like loving it. Maybe it's just like one of these games too many at this moment for me.
Yes, but I like when they do animals that are shaped like the animals.
Yeah.
Not humans
Doing
with animal
human
heads.
things.
That's fair. That's true. And that is a platypus, I think.
He's cute.
And that below it is a duck of some sort. And a
that
blue
is
jay.
You're very good at guessing the
Bird.
animals.
That's a rabbit mouse.
All right, let's
This
move
looks
on.
cute.
I know
looks
Mike
cute.
played this.
Yeah, Mike has played
and he
this.
really liked that.
Did he?
He really liked it at Aircon.
Gems of Iridescia, competitive gem mining board game. So this is a first-time publisher and creator here. You got to go get some gems.
Yeah, it's an exploration game, it seems. Flipping over tiles, discovering what's beneath them, traveling the land. A lot of dice rolling from what I gathered, too. A lot of rolling and seeing if you match a thing, letting you dig up gems.
Right, because you need
There's
to
all that stuff,
beat the number in order to be able to mine there, meet or beat the number to be able to mine. I think
Seems
that
cute.
led me to kind of, I hope it's not random upon random. It's random of what's on the tile, and do you need that gem to actually fulfill the contract, it kind of seems.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you have to roll the dice. So if it's random upon random, I am concerned about early game getting behind and it being a slow death.
To me, it feels, this is very, ethereal, but it feels like a first-time designer's game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Maybe.
It's like, hey, recipe fulfillment. Find the bits, put them on the matching card, take the card, flip over the tiles. Like, that's neat. None of those things are in and of themselves problematic. The game feels a little simplistic, maybe.
Even if it's not, I think I would say it feels like a first-time Kickstarter design here, because if it isn't like that, then sell me on the hook. Show me, you know what I mean?
Fair.
Like if you're looking at this and it's, I'm concerned with the randomness. I'm still not quite sure how to play. Why do you roll the dice? When do you roll the dice? It wasn't, until well into looking deep diving here that I realized that there is mythology. You're methodically trying to go through the land. You can only ever move forward or sideways. You can't go back, and so it's not just open exploration. There's little things like that it's like, oh, I wish I had been sold on kind of the hook of this game.
Right. What's the hook? Yeah.
So I think that maybe is where it's suffering from a little bit from me. It's not necessarily the gameplay's not there, but I need a better page to kind of sell me on it.
I don't love the look of it. The cartoony, I don't know. It looks kiddie to me. I don't know.
You know what it reminded me of? That one that everyone loves that I don't. Hold on. It's Dragons.
Oh, this looks
Flamecraft. It's
like
like a
that.
really saturated Flamecraft is what it looked like a more colored in. Like where it's just like it's that kiddie look, but everyone likes that one, and I found this one right in the same
with
vein.
less disdain. It looks cool. All right. A Wayfarer's Tale, the journey begins.
Dun, dun, dun.
This one is 75 minutes. You better make up your mind. This is another new first-time company. This is the Frozen North. This one...
It took me forever to figure out what I was looking at. I'm like, is this a roll and ride? Is this a print and play?
Well, it's
Is
a
it
winner of that. It's a winner of the print and play design contest, right?
Kept being like, okay, wait, what kind of game is this?
How much were they having people print?
I'm sure this got all growed up for this campaign, though.
Well, and that's some of the comments I was reading. Is it was like, hey, finally it's the production to match the game instead of being the print and play.
Right.
So I think that's cool for them. You know that yes, it's first time, but they started the game design, got some backing behind it, and now they're backing it up with an actual printing. I think that's a really cool. I do also like that the print and play is still available for free on here. So if you are interested, you can go and print it and look at it and really experience it before. I really like that they still offer that. Hey, this was a free print and play before. It still is. You can do this. You can try it.
Okay.
Or if you want us to produce it to you.
It is
I
pricey,
like that.
man. Jeez, 70-some.
The artwork has an old look to it. Like this here looks like it's from a 60s or 50s book, or I'm sorry, I'm not like an 1880s book, a kid's book, and maybe it's meant to look like that. Not loving the text on the cards.
Yeah.
I
don't think kids used to read back in the late 1800s, though.
Seriously. Let's move on.
I'm not loving the look of this one either, and the fact that when I saw the price, I was like, ooh, $74, I think is what it is. For what feels like a kind of small game. It felt small to me.
I'm wondering if they're banking on that, that goodwill, like, hey, you played it, like the people that are backing it know they want it produced nicely.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Mark. Pointed out. The company's name is called Wayfarer Games.
Yeah, I did.
Don't do that.
Don't do it.
Railroad Tiles. This is from Horrible Games, who had...
Horrible Guild.
Horrible Guild, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Horrible Guild had kind of a not huge release at Essen. They had a couple new Similo games and expansion.
Was
that garden game? That's a garden game.
Was Spotlight an Essen release, and we got it early?
Right. I just got that so early.
We got
You're
it
right.
so early.
Spotlight's amazing. I take everything back.
I definitely picked up a copy of that.
Did you see the giant Spotlight?
No.
There was a big giant board there with a giant. So I have a video of it that I forgot to give you, Chris.
Nice job. It'll never make it into one of our... Oh, my goodness.
Fine. Make a short out of it.
Yeah, Spotlight was at Gen Con, but it was at Essen there for the first time in Europe. And then they had the garden one. I forget what it's called. Garden tiles. Garden
power,
guests.
Something.
Flower juice.
Yeah.
And then Similos, new Similos and stuff. No, I thought it was a good year for them, but this is pretty neat looking.
This is what I wanted the roll and write to be.
Yes.
I did not like...
Preach it, queen.
Did not like the roll and write because just the symbols were just too messy once you got about halfway through.
Because you drew with your own hand.
And I'm terrible at that.
Yes, you are.
I actually agree. I never understood the massive love of railroading because... I just got tired of drawing the pictures.
Right,
Railroading has a great
messy.
idea, right?
Yeah.
But it is messy, and you're also doing a ton on your turn.
Yeah.
If you included an expansion, you would have to account for 7 dice faces that you'd have to transpose to your sheet. This is I can draft 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 tiles, whatever, but then I have the tiles in my hand.
And
I don't
you
have
can
to look
turn
and go, don't touch a dice. I'm still working on the dice.
Right, exactly. And you can turn it and you can touch it and it's tangible. I feel like the roll and write needed to be this game. And I am so excited about it.
This looks good. I love the cartoony nature. I don't know if you noticed it in the video. The trains and the cars, they're screen printed.
Yeah.
And they look kind of cartoony. Like the spokes on the train look a little askew.
Like cattywampus.
It looks cartoony. Like the style seems not, it's kind of childlike.
Playful?
It's kind of childlike. It's kind of playful. It's sort of like a little lighthearted, a little silly. I really enjoy that.
Which matches kind of the aesthetics
kind of
here
cartoony, I would say.
Also, you have 3 hours. Why are these projects you don't have much time for? This Wayfarer's Tale, 71 minutes.
Oh,
3 hours.
Oh, snap.
Look how many projects we got through
You have to play
today. Here's
Get
another
going.
one. You have 5 hours for Positano.
Positano.
Now, this is a game that I would never have guessed the publisher from looking at it, which is Slugfest Games.
Oh.
They're best known for Red Dragon Inn, and they branched off. They just made the Tales of Red Dragon Inn, which I loved, and now they're into a 3D building...
Seaside town.
Basically Euro-style game, and I'm all in for this. I think it's not doing so well because their audience doesn't know how to handle this. It's not another Red Dragon Inn game.
Do you think?
I think it's
though?
not doing so well because it looks like trash, maybe.
Oh wow!
Really? You think it's that bad?
I think it looks
Well,
good.
sometimes trash looks good. This
What?
is like better looking trash than average trash.
What is wrong? Why does that look like trash to you?
I think the shape and the color and the style. I don't know. I really.
Some of my outfits you don't like. I don't like the pants, the
God.
shirt, the shoes, or the
Yeah.
socks. Everything else.
Everything. Fine.
No, I don't really. I wasn't loving the look of this
Really,
one.
if it's 3D buildings, I'm always involved.
I think that's the
it
only
looks
thing
I
it
thought
has
so.
going for it. That's the problem.
What's wrong with you? That's good enough.
That's like the thing. And they were like, 3D. I'm like, okay, what about the 3D? It just, I don't know. Maybe I didn't grab me, I guess.
I thought this was interesting because also you're kind of bidding, which is not my favorite mechanism, but it seemed to be a small part of the game. Yes,
Okay.
you're bidding to get the size and the color. So I thought it had a little bit more going for it.
Surprised
But-
you would be interested in that, though.
Because I think it was a smaller part of the game.
Okay.
It seemed like one step to actually building your seascape here. So I was very neutral on this one.
It's also very abstract, I'm guessing. You know, it has that feeling of.
Well, I think that with a 3D nature, it doesn't like you're actually stacking them together. That
I
makes
don't
it
like
not
the
feel
box.
as abstract.
That box looks like a Rio Grande game from the 90s.
No, it looks like a postcard. So I'm okay with it.
A bad postcard.
And then it would say,
Can't
hello
win.
from
Greetings.
Positano.
Greetings from
yes.
Positano, the trash capital of the
Oh
world.
my god.
I don't know this place
Circle
at
the
all.
wagons.
If you're from there, I
Jeez.
apologize.
Speaking of looking like trash.
Circle the Wagon's second shot. It's a standalone and combined sequel to the 2017 wild game Circle the Wagons, which I like a lot. I think it's a pretty good game.
Played the original, but it's a little bit like the
Wait, I played a wild game you haven't? This is exciting.
a wallet game. Yeah. Isn't it a little bit like the Sprawlopolis? You cover corners and stuff.
Yes.
Or like
This is
the
my
rice.
second favorite game they make after Sprawlopolis. It's real, and it works really well with 2 players. My wife and I took it with us to China when we went. It was fun to play.
I have
I
not
didn't know
played
you've been to
this one.
China.
In 2019, this was the before times.
You went to China.
Did
Didn't know about
You
that.
know what happened at the end of 2019?
don't say, don't do it.
Somebody
Don't
went to China and suddenly,
Oh.
I don't want to point
We're
any
waiting
elbows.
for your apology, Tom.
And there's more. Well, if that was my fault, I would give an apology. All right, free
one looks
expansion, how to
fine,
play,
look basic.
rewards, blah blah blah.
Seems neat. I do want to try this game out. The original. This is, I guess, a small twist on
Is this
that.
another one that's ending today? 43 hours. That's tomorrow. You got
43
time.
hours.
Calm down.
do
Nameless Land. This one you have 4 days. We're getting better. I hate everything about how this game looks. This picture right there, I instantly would not back it based on that
This
picture.
looks so
Yeah.
bad. I'm sorry about everything I said about Positano. This is what I was referring to. This is a bunch of clip art,
Yeah.
post-apocalyptic leftovers. They are gathering everyone's discarded post-apocalyptic imagery.
What is happening to that guy's head?
It's melting. No, it's
I'm so
growing.
glad you zoomed in there.
Oh, I don't know. It's an RPG though.
TTRPG, right? Which I don't know the difference. I'm just trying to sound like I know what I'm talking about.
See that-
TTRPG. you know?
Tabletop RPG.
Yeah, but I was
Is there a
confused
difference?
because it looks kind of like a board game too. That is just trash.
Yeah, I like that guy.
Oh.
All right, Aspens. Let's use that new hot word everyone wants to hear.
What's the-
Cozy.
Cozy is it? That's
Cozy.
right.
You know what bothered me about this one, and I deep dove into this one because
Do
I was
it.
interested.
Drop
But
an
I was
elbow.
what
Because
bothers
it's
me
more
about
abstract than any other game we
this.
talked about today.
Well, that yes, one, but two, like on your turn, you can place X number of trees,
Yes.
based on whatever, and your choice is to either put them in the direction of the wind die or just pile them on top of one hex.
Agree.
So you might have like 7 on this
I
one
really
hex
like that.
can only
Bothered
fit
me
3.
so much.
Oh, I was instantly out based on that right there. I was like, it's not going to fit in the hex.
I really was not a fan of, because I saw these pictures. I kept seeing these pictures. Well, not that one specifically, but like grouped up in one hex, and I was like, that must be a promotional image.
No.
They must be doing it to show you more trees, like a dense forest.
Nope.
No, a hex does not equate a tree.
tree.
That is crazy to me.
trees.
That is so bothersome.
And you can put like 5 or 6 in there, but guess what? It can only fit 2.
That is the opposite of cozy. I'm
Right.
sorry.
It was
Cozy
super
is
stressed me out.
visually
Yeah.
pleasing, soothing.
Right.
If I'm shoving in trees into a hex where they don't fit, then I hate you and your game.
And also, did it ever tell you how you win? I could never figure it out. I went into the gameplay. I could teach you the game now, but
I don't know. It had a little bit of a, hey, that's my fish, where you control hexes.
And as soon as you block it off, then you get to fill it in.
Yeah.
And so, but is it most trees? Then why would you ever put them all in one? So I don't understand how I couldn't find how you actually win and why you would put 17 trees in one hex that only fits 2. I'll drop my pencil over.
Well,
I'm so angry.
you can buy these abstract tree pieces, or you can, I don't know why you do that, or you can upgrade to these. I hate you. These are, they're trees. They're trees. They're not people.
They're treeples.
So stupid. I'm not backing your game just based on that.
Hey, you would think they would stack too. That's the other thing.
That's the other thing. Why not?
If you have to put a bunch in one, then let me stack the trees.
Well, no, they even say you can think of it. They said thematically you can think of it as the tree growing higher in order to get more. So then make it higher. Then make it higher. That's how you do it. That's how they get higher. They go up. Let them stack.
Wait, how do they get higher?
They go up.
Is it by going up?
Yeah, they go up. Yeah.
All right.
I don't like it. It's not
Eternal
stressing me out.
decks. I did this one. Crack because says, "Can you solve each stage before your deck runs out?"
Board game.
Board game. Just because I actually was going to skip by it because I thought, well, that's not a board game.
I
was like, oh no, it tells me it's a board game, and I'm not lying. I actually.
Are you kidding me? That's hilarious. It worked.
It didn't work. Because I saw this and I was like, this looked like some stupid, I don't know what it looked like. It looked like something you buy at a rest stop in New Mexico. And I was like, what is this? And then it said board game. I was
You were
like,
like,
I guess I'll
oh,
look.
I'm interested again.
I
Hold
didn't
on.
I did say I was interested. I said I would look.
This one is...
I actually do like the card design. It's pretty...
It's cool looking.
Pretty cool.
The whole thing has like 6 stages you go through. It's a cooperative game. Each stage, I guess, has you manipulating different things or trying to achieve a different thing. It looks busy, though. I couldn't quite figure out what I was looking at. The whole thing screams of form over function to me.
Yes.
Yeah, I was really confused.
So cool looking, but...
I couldn't get a handle on it. I
Yeah.
didn't realize it was cooperative. But I did see like different phases you're trying to go through, like kind of reminded me of phase 10 in that, like, oh, you need to do this first and then move to the next phase, and the next one didn't pick up on it being cooperative, but also picked up on very little. I feel like this was again, poorly put together Kickstarter where I was left with what, kind of feeling.
It
Like
looks
how?
like each image on its own is very striking. I like the look. The whole thing together, I'm lost.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
What's the other project he's done? Trick Taker Kings.
Oh, I've heard Mike likes that quite a bit.
Okay, so then never mind.
Yeah, it's probably trash.
I was being more subtle. But anyway,
Me too.
Everdell license inserts. Talk about a very specific project. Not inserts, but inserts for all the Everdell games.
Well, this is the company that they've done this before for like lots of games in one campaign, right? So I think this is the first time they've done it for one. I don't want to say it's IP, but it's not even one game. It's one specific world, you know, but they're, and I've always said, I really like the look of their inserts, but I've never seen them in person. I've not seen them at a convention. I've not seen them, outside of this Kickstarter. I know they did an Endless Winter one. I remember being struck by that one.
Cool.
They did, they're the ones with the artwork on the outside and the acrylic tops with different pictures and stuff. They look really
That's probably
good.
that first
they
one.
got one coming for
I don't know.
the LUDOS Magnus Studios is coming soon.
Okay.
That's interesting.
It always throws me off that everything Everdell, every time they do one like every game Everdell, they also throw Flourish in there because it's from the same designers. And it's like, yes, it is.
Oh.
But it's not Everdell.
Right.
I understand that they made another game that wasn't Everdell, but
It's not even the same world, is it?
no, it's just a game
Wait,
about gardening.
Did this giant
If there's
beast
one
of a
thing
box?
if there's
Yeah.
one thing I need for my Everdell house-sized collection, I need an insert to replace the insert.
Did it not come with an insert?
As an insert.
It did. To be fair, the
That's
insert,
a really nice insert.
I think the plastic parts are nice, but I mean, I know when I got mine, 2 of the boxes were broken inside the box. It was smushed. So,
It's €100
yeah.
for the insert for the
but
game that
the-
already costs like
Yeah.
300 or €200. That is insanity. Right. It had an insert.
I mean, they are gorgeous. I do like it, but again, I need to see this product. I feel like these companies that come with these inserts, there's such a wide array of quality behind them in inserts nowadays that I need to see them at a convention.
Fair.
I need to have something to back it. This is the 4th or 5th Kickstarter here for them, and I still haven't seen them.
Right.
Does anybody have it? You know, like I don't know. And so I'm not speaking ill of them. I'm saying I still don't know. 4 Kickstarters later, I still have no information. That doesn't make me want to now jump in.
Right.
All right, we're almost done here. LA1, a CyberNoir detective board game.
I swear I've seen this before.
This is ending in 6 days.
Well, it's coming from Trick or Treat. So
it's Trick or Treat. So you might have seen it at one of the conventions, and they showed it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just
Trick or Treat has kind of a weird thing where they do a lot of these Halloween themed games, and then they're also like, we're going to do other games too.
We're also doing Gold West. And we're like, wait, what?
Yeah. Oh, the chair goes down if you hit the thing. Oh.
I get it, Trick or Treat. It scared the crap out of me. I mean, that's thematic if I've ever seen it. Imagine a world where chairs might suddenly drop you.
This one, I don't know what it is. My eyes just kept glazing over looking at it. I think it's the graphic design.
It seemed a lot busier than it was in the description.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm sure it's a pretty... I mean, Trick or Treat doesn't make particularly Awaken Realms type games, for lack of a better word. Their games are pretty simple.
But this would be the closest. One thing caught my eye here. There's one moment where they show a deck of cards in a, like a 7th Citadel Lands and Galzier style, where you go through and you pull out card 48 or whatever. I'm like, oh, wow. So it has story. It has some scope, But you're right. That was the one thing that kind of stood out to me in this, cyberpunky detective world, Everything else, I couldn't focus. Everything looks a little muddy.
Story cards.
That looks cool.
I also like the one thing that was kind of going for it for me that stood out was how every game or these scenarios are replayable. Because it has the 400 cards. You're not going to go through 400 cards. If you do all the cases, you're not going through 400 cards.
Right.
The variety is in the repeat play, the choices you make, the setup you make, that kind of stuff. And so I really like the idea of that, of a crime-solving board game that is replayable.
Right.
And still has those story elements.
Yeah.
That's
pretty rare.
So and so I am intrigued by that.
All right, our last gaming project of the week. Nope, we're done. That was all I knew. We're going to take a look at some non-gaming projects in just a second, but first, let's go to Mark.
Streed again? Yay!
Hey folks, welcome back to another Dice Tower preview recap. I'm Mark, and of course, I'm here with Alita. And we just have a handful of games to look at, so let's get to it. And first up, we have a couple social deduction games. First one is pretty unique, Secret Recipe, where you are competing to find the secret ingredients so you can win the prize of Grandma's secret ingredient book, as you will now be the keeper of all her secrets moving forward. So it's really got a unique twist to it for sure. And then we have Staked. As you might expect, this is a vampire game where you're trying to weed out the vampires, or maybe you as the vampires are trying to destroy the humans. But there's some really interesting things about this social deduction game where you're giving clues in unique ways and how you root out the true evil within the group. And next up, we have Chivalry is Dead, Race for the Crown. Now, this is a race. You are trying to win this race. However, you are using chariots with different types of races and different types of beasts, hauling your chariots across the battlefield. Yes, it is a battlefield. You're gonna be ramming up against each other, trying to destroy each other's chariots and then causing debris on the field. But there's all kinds of other types of debris as well. You've got giant boulders and rocks and all kinds of things that you're gonna have to be avoiding. Definitely has that race feel, but you're going to be attacking all your fellow players. And then lastly, we have Terra Eterna. Now, this is a cooperative adventure game where you'll be exploring the world, working together to defeat monsters and get victory points in the end. The thing is that you have to turn over tiles and destroy the monsters so they don't encroach on the city and do damage to the city, because if you lose the city, you lose the game. And so for my pick of the week, I'm going to give it up for Chivalry is Dead, Race for the Crown, just for the pure action side of it. Truly a fast action game where you're battling across the race field and you're also engaged in a race as you try to take out everyone's chariots and win the race. So it definitely is a unique type of race game. I just loved how the chariots and all the different types of races work, and battling back and forth with all the different creatures and things that you're going to be encountering. So definitely give it a closer look. All right, folks, if any of these games look like they might be of interest to you, please check out our full previews. And if you want your game featured as a Dice Tower preview, please shoot me an email. All right, folks, until next time, we'll see you at the table.
Yes.
Okay, so let's take a look at material called light. Would you like to get the entire Bible inscribed on a necklace that you can never read?
Yeah, I deep dove in this because I wanted to know if you like shine like a light through it. Would it like project up or something? No. So I can't figure out why you would ever do this. So Tom, is it a
technically
spiritual
you don't
thing?
really know.
When I was a kid, my dad had the Bible on a slide.
Yeah.
And he worked at AT&T, and he would go in and he's like, you can use their big gem microscopes and you could read the Bible.
Okay.
And I said, but isn't it easier just to carry a pocket Bible?
At AT&T? Like the phone company?
AT&T is a phone company today.
What did they used to be?
AT&T was
Internet.
Global Technologies. They did all sorts of tech and all. They were a big company. I don't know.
They have
They had tech
microscope?
back
They have
then.
microscope?
Wow.
My dad worked at AT&T headquarters. That was back
Fascinating.
for a brief moment in time. We were not poor. We were middle class. But then he lost his job there. But anyway.
Was it from reading
By the
Bibles
way, it's
on
because
the
he
company
wasted
equipment?
time spending. Yeah.
Anyway,
doing his
the
job.
point of this is it's a cool thing to tell people you have, and that's about it.
I know. Like, they could literally be lying to you
But-
that the Bible is inscribed on this piece
Right.
of glass they're selling
But
you.
you're also that person that's like, ooh, I like your necklace. You're like, thanks, it's the Bible. And you're like,
Well,
cool.
no, I in one instance it's cool, but also you need a microscope to see it.
Yeah, maybe it is
And who
one
has
of those.
a microscope other than kids who persuade their parents to buy them one and swear they'll keep using it?
People who used to work at AT&T and stole a microscope and got fired for it.
But again, maybe it is one of those things that it's just like, I have it on me. You know,
I asked
it's like
for a
a
microscope for my 13th birthday.
Didn't get it.
I got it.
And then what happened?
I just started looking at water droplets, and after a while that gets boring.
Yeah. This is a cool idea again.
You want it, is what I'm hearing, Camille.
No, I mean, I think that there probably is that person out there that just wants it with them and it means
Yes,
something
it
to
means
them.
something to you,
Right,
yes.
exactly. That being said, I do think that these are really pretty, really simple pieces of jewelry. I very much like the necklace, but
I could buy it for my wife, but then she would find out the price.
Oh.
That's really expensive.
Early bird is not so bad. Wait, hold on.
What are you looking at?
Confused.
They're different metals.
What is that
different
made out
prices.
of? Trash?
Quarter? No.
Is trash your word of the day?
No, but look, what is
Silver.
vermeil?
I don't know.
It's a
It's
kind of
silver.
steak.
Silver is cheap if it's that you know.
Yeah.
But then you jump to gold and wham.
Wow.
What's the one that looks exactly like gold but isn't gold?
Fake gold.
Pewter.
Vermeil. I don't know what that is. Okay.
It's
don't
gold plated.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh,
There you
okay,
go.
got
Done.
it.
That means they
boom.
painted it
Yeah.
gold. You want solid gold.
Yeah.
No, I want
Yeah.
silver.
Because if you wear this one, if you wear the 189, which is clearly different looking than the 899 one, I'm going to find out. And then I'm going to scorn you.
you got the cheap Bible.
Yeah. Only the expensive Bibles work.
All right. Metroboard. Would you like a mid-century live subway map?
This is making
Good.
bank.
I've seen the ads for this. I was tempted, man. I don't back technology anymore.
Which
We don't
metro
have a
would
metro
you do?
here. There's not Florida City.
Miami-Dade
I
buses.
just think it's cool. I would just get one.
For what city?
Seoul. I don't know if Seoul's on the list, though. I would get D.C. otherwise. Do they have the list of which cities they're doing?
They do, yeah. So
I want to
weird.
do like a Homestead.
The Homestead subway. It's just that one bus line we have running
It's a
out.
bus line,
It
yeah,
leaves
yeah, yeah.
town. That's it.
Yeah, this seemed-
there's,
this-
there's not even one that comes back.
It works once. Look at that. That's
Okay, they
wild.
got New York, Chicago, Boston.
Boston,
I would probably get
DC.
D.C. I
That
guess.
Chicago one's really simple. Go back.
That's
Compared to New York above it.
Look how many stops there are on it. That's crazy.
Bay Area. Like the Bay Area has like 2 lines. Anyway, L.A.
LA.
They don't have any.
Oh, I
we,
thought
we
they-
don't care about overseas.
That's
Also,
it.
would you like to hear city sounds on
No.
a vinyl?
No.
I'm good.
This is the
looks
height
real-
of pretentiousness,
Yeah.
sir.
This seems very.
This looks very cool. I do like the design on these. I think they look cool.
I think they're sleek, but I think the whole connecting it to your Wi-Fi to know like where the trains are and understand with the different blinking lights.
Sure.
It just seems so like
moving art, like if you treat this as a piece of art and it's moving, living, current art,
No,
that's pretty cool.
That's what I would get it for, not so I know what the subways are.
No, so you can be like, I gotta catch the so and so.
Yeah.
Oh, I just missed it.
I carry it with me.
I don't know. Maybe it's too city for me. I'm definitely not into this at all. I think it's.
What about Pinocchio?
This is a really cool piece, but a very expensive book. Like, it's definitely a book snob kind of,
I
piece.
agree.
You know?
If you
like,
know a bibliophile,
right,
this is a gift to get them.
Yes.
It wasn't like $900 or something. It was like insane.
No, I think you can get the 110
Oh, okay. I
one
must
here.
have looked at something.
No, wait,
that was
that's
like
the
a
poster.
full
Sorry. Wait,
Illustrations.
where's the book? Here it is. 305.
Oh, okay.
But if you want the really, really cool one, this puppet edition, you're
Yeah.
right. I'm sorry.
I'm like,
Ooh.
come
Are
on.
they having a child hand stitch it for them?
And
What's
two,
going
well,
on?
well, they're also. It's not just that they are doing the what do you call it? The printing style with the little letters out that you then. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, what's
but-
it called?
but-
for $1,300?
No. Oh, I know. Well, especially
whole
knowing
world,
whatever.
printing it.
It's driving me nuts. I can't think of the name. But like, also they're doing how many of these? So it's really cool until you start making 150 and you're bored by that point, and the ink doesn't come
So
through.
how many
with
have
it. You
they
know what I mean?
sold
Like
of these?
whenever you get something this specialty produced on that scale,
Yeah.
it's not as
well, the
artisan.
Right.
$300 ones are all gone, and so are the $730. There was only 9 of those.
No, I mean they're making money on this.
No
for
one
sure.
has bought the 8,200 one. I don't know why.
Weird.
But 8 people have backed the 2150 one.
Right. And is that because of the book? Is that because of the printing style? Is it, like what made those people bite? I don't know.
I'm assuming some rich person who has a library that they're very, very proud of, a home library they're very proud of,
And maybe they have a
and they want a unique version of
Yeah,
Pinocchio.
I guess.
Signed by
Pinocchio.
Pinocchio himself.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
All right. FrozenPack, the first backpack car fridge.
Oh, I couldn't get this to open. I thought maybe because it was Indiegogo, it wouldn't.
Well, that would make
it wouldn't
sense,
open on my
actually.
computer at all. So I've not seen this
It's
yet.
an all-round
Did it open
portable
for you?
backpack
I
fridge.
saw it, yeah.
Wouldn't open.
If
It's
there's
a
one place I
fridge.
don't want to carry a fridge, it's on my back. I don't want
Yeah,
to
you
carry
can put it in the car. You can put it on a bike, apparently, or you can carry it on your back.
Why do
It
you
has
need
a-
to carry that many drinks?
On a road trip.
Yeah, I guess. It has a battery. The
see-
battery lasts
Can't
for
you
about
buy 'em
6
on a road trip?
hours.
I mean, it depends. Are you trying to escape a hurricane in Florida?
If you're off
I'm
road,
not buying this for that one specific.
Got
you have to be
it.
like off road for this to
I'm
be
not
worth
escaping a
it.
hurricane on a bike, Camilla.
You just-
Go, kids. Everyone keep up.
Anybody want a cool drink? Here you go.
My wife's like, I brought the clothes, and the kids had the precious.
And you're like, all right, kids, here we go.
Here we go.
I got the fridge.
But I brought some soda, kids. We're
Mom,
great.
Dad's wearing the fridge again.
No, not on a bike, but I could see it in a car for like a long road
Well, no,
trip.
I get
you
that
know?
too,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
just don't get the backpack part of it.
No, I don't get that.
You have to move it from one car to another car.
So in the apocalypse, when you're jumping car to car, you're like,
Yeah.
still got my
Don't
fridge.
forget the fridge. It seems bulky
It says
and
freeze
heavy.
your hands, because if I'm carrying a fridge, I also want to carry other things.
I do
Yeah.
need to, yes.
For the washing machine.
All right, now no
we did
joke
see a
though.
portable one of those.
I am inches away from backing this next Kickstarter.
Oh, which one was? Oh my gosh, I want this so bad.
Really,
This
Tom?
is so
This
good.
is so crazy.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna buy this.
This is
How
amazing.
much is it?
Oh
It's
no,
a-
the best part, you have to go to like Five and Below and get your kids all like little water guns, and then you
and
get
then you
this.
get this.
Hello, children.
Yeah, so they've had a Kickstarter before for like, grown up water guns,
Yeah,
like good
shoots,
ones.
It
Like,
shoots a shot of water. I've actually
Did you
seen
back
it before.
that?
No, I thought about it, but
can you lay pledge on that one? Add it onto
I don't
this?
want that one. I want this one mostly because of the picture where they show the guy sitting eating a burger or something,
And he gets blasted.
and they blast him in the face.
They
He's
hit him right
he's
here,
Like,
but-
he's like, ha ha ha. That's how I would act if I was eating and you shot me with one of these.
I do love that they make a point to tell you that it goes out at like 42 feet per second, and they're like, and that's the legal limit.
Yes, I know, I love that. Yeah.
Higher than that.
Yeah.
And we have a problem with the authorities. This seems
And they're
ridiculous.
reusable water bombs. I wonder that they don't get you that much wet.
I want to know. Well, I also want to know, how do you refill them? Because all we
I
ever
think you
saw.
open them and they close they seal close.
Okay, so do you just like open it and throw it in a bucket of water
Yes.
and they make
They said it
themselves? Okay,
refills in a second.
okay,
so
if that's the case, then I'm again, super into that because I was like, if you have to sit there and manually, do them, then
Where's the video of the guy getting blasted in the face? Was
Just
it at
the video.
Oh,
I
it's
think,
so it
right?
is one of my favorite videos.
Did you watch the video all the way through?
Yes,
Yes.
sound off.
That was okay. That was one of the
So
funniest
on
endings
now.
I've ever seen to a video.
I'm like dying laughing at my desk, and Z
Yeah,
later
I was
goes,
like,
"Which
what was
project?"
it?
It's like the last one. He's like, "Okay, yeah, this is my favorite video. The last 10 seconds."
Look at that guy's
He's so
stupid
sad.
water gun. Oh,
Oh,
So this is the previous one, right? But now,
They
and it did
changed
well.
water
They made a
guns
bunch of
forever.
money. But now, they wanted a grenade launcher.
yeah.
which is actually not doing as well. Look him throw that little water balloon. He grabs those. I would.
Yes. And I love that too. Like, you can throw it, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." Then he brought the gun.
Look at that.
So excited.
Now
Look at
shoot
You
that
can
person
go
by the pool.
First person. There you go.
Shoot that person by the pool.
Aw, Menno here says in the comments, has the original gun. It was very fun, but quickly started to break down. Oh, way to be a buzzkill.
There it
Blast
is.
that fool.
Yes. I want to see him fall backwards into the
43
pool.
feet per second. Boom.
No, see, that's not hard. It should definitely throw him backwards into the
And
pool.
he just goes, that's
was
it.
not
That's
enough.
it.
Yeah.
He's not annoyed at all.
I'm sorry, that is not the legal limit.
Where's the bathroom? Bang. He's like, oh, that way. That way's the bathroom. And then everybody just goes to town. The one thought I had was looking at all this was that's a lot of thousands of dollars in water guns.
Yeah.
Everybody has one.
Also,
Also-
it's not going to be that great because you're going to lose those balls.
Right.
Yeah.
You're also going to shoot them and you're going to miss
This right
4
here is
times.
so
Yes,
good.
And then
absolutely.
a water gun's going to hit
Right.
I think
because you
that-
can spray with a water gun.
Yeah, I think the best part about this too is they're all color coordinated on their teams. Did
Oh,
you notice the
100%.
red versus the blue and the
Yeah.
guns? And I was like, yeah, you're right. They
Well, it's kind of like
money
back
at
in the
that
day
party.
when you used to watch toy commercials on TV, and it was like a kid playing with action figures. Yeah, but in like a cool desert setting.
Yeah.
You remember, like they would zoom in, and you would be like, He-Man, this and that. But that was like his vehicle in like a Mad Maxian setting, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be playing on my floor.
Right.
You're giving this the best chance for success in my brain. This is the same thing.
Yeah.
I'll never find myself in that situation.
All right.
yeah.
Well,
You should back the original though. If
And this one, and then we can try them both out and see who's
Yeah.
better.
Okay. Fine.
okay, let's take a look at our picks of the week. We'll start with Mike, who probably quick record it once we start this video. Want to bet?
right,
Let's
yeah.
find out.
No, I'm gonna say no.
Hey there, everybody. It's Mike DeLisio, and I am 100% acclimated to the current time zone. For my pick of the week, I'm going to be going with a game that I actually had a chance to play at AirCon, a small convention in the UK, and that is Emberleaf from designer Frank West, probably best known for the Isle of Cats. Emberleaf is a very different game. It's a heavier, mid-weight Euro game that has some tile laying and tableau building, but it's really built off of this very innovative card system that he's calling card dancing. What it essentially does is it leads to some really interesting timing decisions of how and where and when you play your cards. So I really enjoy Emberleaf, and that's my pick of the week. So let's head on back down to Florida and see what everyone's picking down there.
All right. Mike is going with that Emberleaf.
Yes, he is.
Emberleaf
I like
would have
that
been
one.
my second pick.
Oh, I remember what I'm picking now. Okay, it took me a while.
Emberleaf would be my backup.
Okay.
My first one is Railroad Tiles.
Yes, that's my backup.
That's
Yeah,
your backup.
that's my
Now I'm
backup,
picking
yeah.
Railroad Tiles. I think
Be my
this
backup.
is you
So cool.
put it perfectly. I think this is going to be what I wanted railroading to
Mm-hmm.
be. It looks really good. It seems like a fun tile placement game. The drafting seems neat. That
Yeah.
sort of King Domino, you can pick more stuff, but then you draft later next turn.
Yeah.
The whole thing seems really cool.
And I don't think it's like hot on the heels of the
Right,
roll and write either,
right,
to where
yeah.
it's like, oh, they're capitalizing. It's been a while. It seems like it's developed on its own
Yeah.
in its own game. Yeah, no, this is
I'm
really good
digging
pick.
the look
really
of this
good
one
pick.
here. Yeah.
I'm going with. I found the little thing that pushes me down again.
So it's the Trick or Treat Studio one. What is it?
Stop crossing my legs.
What is happening, dude? I'm not
I
ready
think
for
the chair's
Halloween,
broken.
man.
Trust me.
All right, I'm gonna go with Story of Many.
Where is Story of... Oh, there it is.
I really enjoyed my play of this. I had no idea. I knew nothing about it going into it. I had no idea if this...
It's also mine, Chris's.
I had no idea going in.
Chris. I don't know why I say Chris's.
But it... I think I mentioned...
Extra S's is the thing of the day. Okay.
But it ended up reminding me of so many different games I played, but they came together in such a uniquely its own way. You know, I mentioned, now of course I can't think of it, Seventh Continent. You know, I mentioned Aeon's Trespass Odyssey. I mentioned, other kind of campaign games and legacy games. There's so many things, but it was very unique amongst all of them. I really like the changing world, the choose your own adventure.
Mm-hmm. It really looks like an Awakened Realms game.
It does. And it felt very, I guess what really stood out to me too is what we talked about the combat. You're like, Aeon Trespass Odyssey, everything stopped. Or Oathsworn, it truly is a two-part thing, which I like. Yeah. I really, really like both of them, but they are very distinctly two-part. This was very integrated into the whole gameplay, and I like that a lot.
That's really cool. That's exciting.
This is one, and I like it. I think I'm mostly excited about the character generation process and also the character. I mean, when you look at that sheet, all those icons, and it goes all different directions. I'm like,
yeah, like a tech tree type.
Oh, the tech tree. Oh, it's so cool. And it was
I can build my guy any way I want.
Yeah, and it was so cool to get the different ingredients, and then you get a potion, and then later if you get the ingredients, you can refill that potion, and so it's not like
cool.
they're consumables, but also then you have the recipe for them when you get it. So then throughout the campaign, you're gathering the ingredients and recrafting them to refill. Just really, really cool elements.
Wow.
Really liked it a lot. So shout out to these guys. First time, I would have been very hesitant had I not played it.
I'm playing the pirate, straight up.
I liked it.
Wait, what's a Reaver Witch?
I played
that
the Rogue. The
has
Rogue,
such a cool look
that's who
with
I
the
played.
sort of plague mask.
Is the sorcerer hitting people with a tentacle?
With a wet towel.
No, it's not. No, it's I think it's actually some fire, like some element.
Oh, that's a fire.
I actually thought it was a snake, and so I reached out to them and was like, hey, can we not play with that character? Anyway, it's not, but it's some elemental.
I want to see someone who uses a tentacle to hit, like, it used to be from a crack.
I want to be that character.
Wasn't there? No, you take the rat's tail and you make a whip from that.
In Oathsworn.
At the very
really
beginning,
cool.
no spoilers.
No
Calm
spoilers.
Down.
It's the first one.
Calm down. It's the very first thing.
And you might not even get it.
You might not get the
That's
tentacle, right? The whip.
Alrighty, that's it for today, folks. We will be. I don't think there's anything live going on tomorrow, is there? But we got lots of reviews and things coming your way.
Stuff coming.
So videos coming up all weekend. We only have 2 days to get everything done. We got videos coming up, unboxing. There's one going up today, one going up tomorrow, et cetera, et cetera. And we'll be back next week. So lots of live stuff, board game breakfast on Monday, and
you
more.
have a Q&A at noon on Monday.
We're not fooling around.
We're back.
Until then, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia.
And I'm Camilla.
And she's about to drop her seat again.
Like this, like
Hey folks, thanks for joining us for that video. If you haven't yet, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hey, make sure you check out what's happening, where I'll cover an app on an iOS or a Switch device, and you can check it out along with me. Thanks very much. You've been watching The Dice Tower.